What's good, beautiful people? It's Marky back again with yet another trade recap. So, you guys know gold's been running to all time highs. I'm going to show you why I'm still coming in with a bearish narrative the entire month, no matter what. No matter how far we keep running on all time highs, at least for the first few weeks. First week or two, it's fine that we're getting buy side. That's because early on, we're obviously going to get manipulation. We're obviously going to get moves in the opposite direction of the true narrative. And seasonally, September is bearish. So let me hop in the charts and show you exactly why I'm going to be coming in with a bearish narrative. So here is gold, right? We're already kind of expanding towards sell side end of day, which is lovely to see because we're getting some huge amounts of sell side even with all this buy side. Now, the reason why I'm confident going in for sell side this month is because this is the last month of the quarter. So first of all, we have an insane 3-month quarter candle. This is a huge candle and we have yet to get a pullback to actually create the wick. We also ran on all-time highs and a ton of liquidity. Look at all these previous wicks that we've been accumulating inside of this range. So you guys know what happens when we run on buy side inside of a consolidation range. Typically it's accumulation, then we manipulate towards buy side and then sell side before we run towards the true narrative. The reason why I'm coming in with a bearish narrative is because this is one of the biggest bearish months of the entire year. And we obviously got a ton of buy side in August. There were some economic tendencies that got price moving higher, like interest rates and stuff. But one of the most significant things that I pointed out is July, which is supposed to be the biggest bullish month, was bearish. It closed bearish. So whenever a bullish month closes bearish, that's an insane confluence. It's basically telling you that the seasonal tendency for the entire month is disrespected. So if it's not going to follow the seasonal tendency in the biggest bullish month of the year, it typically flips around. So even during August, I was just expecting a ton of sell side. I was expecting that we were actually going to leave this consolidation range on the weekly time frame towards sell side. So the fact that we didn't get it yet kind of gives me the idea that September is going to give us some sort of sell side and a decent amount, especially considering the fact that we left this range. In terms of the weekly time frame, I believe that we're probably going to wait for this weekly candle to close bullish, and then we're going to start running because this is going to be our first weekly fair value gap. I highly doubt that we're going to run down, tap into it, and go higher from this one because it would kind of look like a support resistance type of move where we break out, we come back into this demand zone and continue higher. I believe that we're actually going to close below and run towards sell side from this gap. And this gap is going to be our confluence to actually give us the opportunity to hop into a trade and kind of confirm the narrative. I truly believe that this narrative is going to be bearish. And I'm going to be coming in the market every single session looking for confirmation towards sell side. Now, you shouldn't be hopping in on sells without any confirmation. And here's why you can still sell with a pretty high probability. That's because if you're bearish, then it's not going to give you confirmation towards sell side. If it wants to continue running up, it's not going to give you the confirmation that you're looking for. Seriously, if you just simply wait for your confirmation on the 30-minute time frame or the 1-hour time frame, it's never going to give it to you if it wants to continue running higher. The IFEGs aren't going to get disrespected. You'll see here that there's an IFEG, let's see, right here for example. It's going to constantly tap and go higher. It's not going to disrespect them. And if it does, it's obviously revolving around some higher time frame thing. Like right here, we disrespected this 30-minute one, but we filled a 1 hour with no wick. So that was obviously the confluence that was pushing price higher. Another 1 hour with no wick right here, or 30-minute time frame. Right here, we closed below it, but ended up coming back above and using this fair value gap once again. We closed above this bearish fair value gap. It's going to constantly give you signs for buy side. So if you're looking for confirmation, you're not gonna get cooked on sell side. So that's the main thing coming into the market. You have to wait for confirmation, but there's nothing wrong with being bearish, especially when it's at all-time highs in a bearish month. So typically all-time highs, you guys will know this from NASDAQ, it will just continue running on all-time highs. It's going to push higher, it's going to push higher, it's going to push higher. That's the tendency with all-time highs. There's no real reason for it to continue going higher, but it will go up higher anyways. But on gold, especially during September, I feel like all-time highs is just a confluence for us to use for sell side because it's not just any ordinary running on all-time highs. It's running on all-time highs in a bearish month. So if your whole narrative is going to be bearish, then whenever we run on liquidity, we're going to run back down. That's just the way that the market works inside of a bearish trend. Now, gold is trending bullish, but what I'm looking for is kind of a reversal. So when I'm talking about in a bearish trend, I'm saying if the market's moving down like this, every time it sweeps out liquidity, it's going to run down before going higher. So that's what it's going to do. It's going to continue running down every time it sweeps liquidity. So in a bearish month, if it sweeps all-time highs, that's a bearish confluence. It's going to run down. So I am expecting within maybe the next few days or the next week that we're going to get some sort of a reversal. We're going to get some sort of a correction, a big correction at that. So let me open up Forex Factory here. We do have NFP this week. So this week has been kind of crazy. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we got some crazy buy side. But we are approaching NFP on Friday. NFP is one of the biggest and highest impact news events of the entire month, and that's why it's only once a month. The unemployment rate, non-farm employment change. So this news event is very dangerous, and you want to make sure that you're not trading, not holding any positions before the news event, because it's super risky. You can get liquidated. You could even go into into the negative numbers if you're trading your live account and over risking. Because if it gaps in the wrong direction and your broker doesn't have a protection that's going to make it zero, it's going to go into negatives. And in order to trade, you're going to have to pay off the negatives that you would accumulate on your live account. So make sure that you're very careful with that. But I am expecting that if we are truly bearish, then this non-farm employment is going to correct gold. It's going to run down pretty drastically. That's what I'm looking for. That's my weekly analysis coming into gold. And I can kind of break down some of the potential setups that you would have been able to take. So this is not a good day at all. So Asia session started. I was live streaming this day. I was looking for sell side. We didn't get it until later. We never ran into this 4-hour gap that I was looking for right here. Like I said, because there was that 1 hour no wick candle. I was still expecting it to run a little bit lower, so that kind of bummed me out. Definitely no trades that you would have been able to take here, other than maybe this IFEG technically. I wouldn't use that one. I would use this one. So it came back into it, respected the bottom, and ran up higher from there. That was probably the only trade you could have taken once it left that range. Right here, there was no real confirmation for setups. Like, once again, it just kind of runs randomly without actually tapping into most things. You could have definitely taken a buy from the lowest fair value gap here. It's a 30-minute fair value gap. So if you're looking for longs, you would have been able to take a long after it filled up this 30-minute gap completely. And yeah, I'm going to bring that to an end because it looks like my editor wants to edit some videos. Thank you all for tuning in for this weekly recap, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Let's take some W trades. Let's catch some sell side, guys. I'm looking forward to a correction. I'm looking forward to NFP. See you guys soon. Peace.